Stay composed, son. Stay composed, son.
Oh, no!
Stay composed.
Referee had no choice. Holy hell, it's breaking loose.
Oh, my God.
NXT, they're in the ring. TNA, in the ring.
Fight. Fight.
We need some help out here.
Oh,
The rest of
down.
NXT, every man, every woman, they're breaking out. They're coming to help.
Try to slow it down. Oh, coup d'etat. Oh, coup d'etat.
DDT. One on the table, one on the floor, one in the ring. And Saints did it. Here is your winner and the new NXT champion, Ricky Saints. For all those hardships, for what your mother went through, that man just overcame the ruler, the destroyer, and you know what? It is yours. You did it.
In 3, 2, 1, clap.
Benoit balls.
I still think Kevin Sullivan did it.
I'm Aubrey Edwards. I'm not a wrestler.
Tony's quick sniffs of the week.
No, just my dickhead friends causing concussions and shit. All right, never mind.
There's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
With Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle. I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Uncle Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. It was just the first thing that came to my head. It was the first thing.
Welcome to the Top of Wrestling with your hosts ODM and the Professor.
Good Wrestling Day. I'm the Professor, he's ODM, and this is the Top of Wrestling Podcast. Welcome on back. We appreciate it as you guys are here every week, whether you're joining us on, well, I don't know, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the X. It is a good wrestling day. We have a lot to talk about. Not a whole lot of news, which is good. A couple of shows that happened this past weekend, plus we got the Monday Night Wars. We got our Bring It to the Table, and our topic of the week, our movie of the week, even involved a little bit of wrestling. We brought it up last week. John Ritter's 1992 classic. Stay tuned. Excited to do that. Because if you're new to the show and you're like, why the fuck are these guys talking about a movie? Movie is wrestling. Wrestling is a movie. It's all entertainment. And it's kind of what, you know, we talked about the movie Body Slam originally, and that's what got us going on that. But I can't do too much into this show unless I bring in our co-host, that is ODM.
We are ultimately the top of entertainment. Because it's the American way. Yeah.
Kick. The band's name was Kick.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Watching Freddie Blassie dance is the best fucking part of that,
yeah.
where he's holding a cane. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and, you get a midget with a cane yelling homophobic slurs.
Oh, my God. Maggot!
You get Ric Flair and Bruno Sammartino sitting next to each other. Pretty amazing, ultimately, when you think about it. And Face from the A-Team.
Watch along for it. Just a straight watch along.
Roddy Piper, the Tonga Kid. Barbarian.
Nice card.
Yeah, Warlock.
Now, I'm not trying to, cue you up here. You know what I'm saying? But
cue me, baby, one more time.
There is... Oh, wow. You actually know what? You're in timeout. I'm not going to let you talk for the next fucking, at least 30 seconds.
Good. That was my plan.
All right, this week's news. No, what I was going to say is there are only 2 remaining. Only 2 teams that are undefeated in the NFL. ODM, if you will.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about, and I don't remember the other one, but I sure as shit know who the other one is, and it may not have been pretty. We'll talk about it later, but in the end, all I got to say is, go Bills, hit the music!
The Bills make me wanna shout, kick your heels up and shout, throw your hands up and shout, throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
You actually really don't remember who the other one is?
It's not
Unfortunately, it's Lil Jon's Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles, that's right.
Do we face them this year?
Don't know. You want me to look it up real quick?
Yeah, why not? While I start getting things going here, because this is kind of what we like to call a wrestling podcast. Last week I had mentioned that Mickie James is going into the Hall of Fame at TNA's Bound for Glory. And the day of our show coming out, they also announced that the Beautiful People are joining her, which is Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. This was the original, what they tried to do with Michelle McCool and Layla. They tried to make them these bullies, but TNA did it first and did it great with the Beautiful People. So the 3 people going into the Hall of Fame that we know so far are all women for the TNA Hall of Fame. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Mickie James should be a slam dunk anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What'd you find out? Are we facing the Eagles or no?
We are not, unless it's the Super Bowl, which actually is my pick for this year.
It's my pick too, and I know who I'm choosing to win. Speaking of Michelle McCool, this made me laugh so hard. She was on the 6 Feet Under podcast.
Well, she's the co-host.
Well, yes, obviously, I'm saying, but while on the 6 Feet Under podcast, she read fan mail that was about her. These 3 fucking killed me. Neck is so weird and bony, looks like a failed attempt to restore a corpse.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, Taker, bring your wife to work day needs to stop.
Yeah.
That's real. Look at that, the LFG, the Let's Fucking Go show,
yeah.
Whatever it is.
2 people lost their spots for
Mm-hmm.
Taker's wife. Tell me she's not getting favoritism.
And this is my favorite one. Taker, the type to bring his wife out on a boys' night out. Yup. Mainly because she looks like one. I'm not making light of the situation. I'm trying not to. But have you seen the footage of the high school Kalamazoo football player that broke a kid's fucking spine?
No.
No? Okay. He's like a defensive player, right? And he takes down one of the other team. And then he gets up and legitimately, while the kid is down, facing down, jumps up in the air and gives basically just a fat fucking body splash.
Wait, he did this to an opposing member after he already took him down?
Yes.
Should be arrested.
In a high school game.
Should be arrested.
100% what I said arrested. It was 1,000,000% what I said. I don't give a fuck what age you are. He broke the kid's spine.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But it was a straight wrestling move. Again, I'm not trying to make light of it, but I'm saying
right.
Straight up in the air and just as you would give a body splash to any wrestler off the top rope or just standing right there, and broke the kid's spine. High school.
Fuck that kid, dude. No, the only injury that I saw was Malik Neighbors because I've got him on 2 of my 3 fantasy football teams. And then Tariq Hill clapping because he doesn't have to play with Tua anymore.
Bro, I watched that live.
So did I.
I happened to have it on, and I went, oh, shit.
We were out, me and the fam were out at a restaurant, and we were just about to leave, and I saw it, and the kids didn't see it. I go, dude, I think Tariq's down. And then we look over, and I see him get on the cart. Now, at that point, I hadn't seen the slowed footage of the injury, which is gruesome. Reminds me of Moises Alou when he slid into second base, and he started freaking out because he's like, my foot's pointing the wrong way. Not supposed to point that way. Like the kneecap's going one way, your foot's going the other way. But then I saw him getting carted off. I'm like, why is he celebrating? He just shredded his entire leg. Yeah, so I guess he's really excited he doesn't have to play with Tua anymore. He's like, yeah, I'll shred my knee. That's fine.
It was gruesome. It was nasty.
It was.
Wow, it was rough. Speaking of, actually, and we're going to get to another injury in a minute, and I can't wait to talk about that, but I did see someone had tagged TKO in the following tweet, and it was very well set up. I've looked into it. If I add up a flight, the hotel, food, lift rides for a 3 to 4 day Vegas trip, it's still cheaper than your cheapest seat at the top of the fucking stadium.
To watch it on TV.
Better.
Yeah, do better and fucking Indeed. Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's fucking stupid.
Unbelievable. Recent injury news. You don't want to say someone actually deserves to get injured, right? You don't. That's a mean thing to say. But when you've injured so many people, I guess it's your time. Ridge Holland actually injured his leg at the TNA tapings this past Saturday.
Here's the thing. I know what you're talking about. You know, Big E's obviously the biggest name, you know, the biggest injury they caused. But Ridge Holland himself has had like 3-4 major injuries. He's the male Nia Jax.
Oh, my God. See, man, I'm getting sick and tired of everybody blaming Nia Jax, man. Leave Wheezy's girl alone.
No, bitch.
We're going to get to her soon. TK's quick sniff of the week. It's funny how this entire conversation between you and I today, I wasn't really paying attention. But earlier today, it was announced that TK is bringing back Blood and Guts, and it's for the women's division. It's going to have Willow, Bertha Faye, Hayter, Thelka, Julia Hart, Sky Blue. This is going to be fucking horrible.
Somebody might die.
I've always said it's like watching underwater. This is going to be like watching Blood and Guts underwater. Exactly as is.
Somebody's dying.
Somebody's dying. You know what? TK's probably going to hire that football player. He's like, it was a solid splash. And what's funny about this whole thing is you sent me a picture of this today. And I go, yeah, I heard about it. And I said, it's funny because it's in, what was it, Greensboro, North Carolina?
Yeah.
And I go, it's funny. I said, that boy is probably going to go. And he wrote, he's the one that's posting this. And I go, wait, what? And I open it up, and he's like, hell yeah, baby. Yeah, hell yeah to a fucking Blood and Guts women's match? Hell yeah, baby.
He's progressive, you know? When you're that progressive, you don't care how shitty the wrestlers are. They're women, so you got to defend them, and, you know, you got to hype them up.
Oh, my God, that made me laugh. You're like, he's the one who did this. Whoops. Sorry. I just saw the picture. I just thought it was TK's own tweet.
I'd rather watch a 15-second loop of Linda Hamilton from Terminator for an hour straight.
Are you trying to steal my fucking bring it to the table?
Hey, man. Don't put it up on the screen so I can see it.
Fuck it. I'll bring it up right now.
No, save that shit. Save that shit. Move on.
All right.
Next slide.
Uncle Dave's claims of the week. I don't know. That was the first thing I could think of for a sound. Did you see that he went at it on Twitter with Gail Kim?
So terrible. So cringy.
And it was defending, because Gail Kim said Riho is way too tiny to be a wrestler. And, you know, I mean, look, I agree and I don't agree for Gail Kim to say it, because I'm like, that's like saying Rey Mysterio shouldn't be. But I was also really pissed off when Rey Mysterio beat Kurt Angle and Randy Orton for the world title. So there's, you know, the world heavyweight title. Let me get past that one, too. But also Vince Russo won championships.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he was going after Gal and being like, do you understand the story now? It was real fucking cringy. But then Cornette actually jumped in and he's like, yo, you're defending this girl over what? Like, what is your fucking deal, man? It was great just to see Cornette jump in. Kenny
let Meltzer take a stab at Riho. That's why he's defending her.
Ah, that's what it is. Got to have his turn.
Yeah.
Yum,
the
yum, dim sum.
loserest train ever.
I was a little off on what I said that his rankings were going to be when it came to All Out. But I was pretty fucking close. I said he was going to give Hangman and Felcher 5.5.
5.5, yep.
On this show, there were 7 matches that were on the card that he gave 4 stars or above. Okay? One of them was... well, not one of them, actually. I just want to get to something in a second here. But 7 matches that had 4 stars or more, and 2 of them that were above 5. Hangman and Felcher, and then the triple threat match between Okada, Takeshita, and Dorada. Fine. Now, we go to WrestlePalooza. Same day, same guy ranking. Cena Brock, he gave a 2. Okay. Fine. He gave the Usos and the Vision 3.25. Stephanie Vicure and Io Sky, he gave 4.25. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, he gave a 3.5. So you're saying that, 3.5, and that ties with GOA versus the Hurt Business, who got a 3.5. The psychology is something that Meltzer does not understand, because the psychology, that entire match, I try not to listen to Cornette, but he was spot on with everything that he said. Everything that he said is what I said about that match. It was great psychology. It was Wrestling 101 for that mixed tag.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me GOA and the Hurt Business is the same exact match. That's how this guy ranks. And then he gave Cody and Drew a 3.75. That match sucked.
Exactly. Yeah. Why? I think you got it backwards there, buddy. You know what I mean?
One that is not necessarily as deserved, but I did watch the match. At CMLL's 92nd anniversary, MJF faced Mystico. And this was for whatever title that MJF had, and he lost the match, and Dave Meltzer gave it 5.5.
Okay, so let's just try to put this in perspective. Between All Out and CMML's 92nd anniversary show, there were, 3 matches that were vastly better than any Kurt Angle match ever.
Exactly. Now, I did watch the MJF Mystico match. Which Mystico is a former Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Mystico was bleeding within the first couple of minutes. Nothing I wouldn't have expected from an MJF type match. However, this was absolutely MJF's best match of all time.
Wow.
And he did it outside of AEW.
Yeah,
because
that makes
he did
sense.
it with someone that was like, well, what we do over here is not what you fucking do over there, and this is what we're going to do. And he did great heel work. He was better there than I've seen him do anything else in AEW over the last couple of years. So, some with results over last week. Man, oh man. While editing this show, NXT was taken over by TNA, which I had just said, earlier that day with all those tweets, everybody was getting all pissed off about their titles always being on there. Well, it was Trick versus Oba Femi, title for title, and all these people started showing up. They start appearing in the crowd randomly. You got Frankie Kazarian, Mustafa Ali. The Iconics were there. The Inspiration is what they are in TNA.
Right.
I think I said Cedric Alexander, maybe not. Moose, Eric Young, and then the most the craziest one, because I'm like, I didn't even know he was technically signed to TNA, if he is at all. Matt Cardona.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And it's funny because the picture of all of them standing together afterwards in the ring, someone wrote, it really looks like NXT 6 years ago. Because you have the Iconic, Cedric Alexander, Eric Young, all those guys. Everybody was there at that time. And I'm going to get into that in just a couple of minutes about where that led to. On Wednesday, MJF announces he's leaving. You know, it's funny. Edge just did that last week. He announces he is leaving, and he's not coming back until he's the most dangerous version of himself. Fine. Whatever. Everything you do is crap now. Everything you've done is like, I'm telling you, the Adam Cole thing killed MJF. I will die on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Renee Baguette said that, or she announced that AEW has new women's championships, tag titles. So, yeah, you know, titles are useless, as you always say. We had a returning Orange Cassidy, had a moment where it looked like he was going to possibly sign. There was no way it was going to be, or side with the Don Callis mid-card family, only to obviously jump him. And tonight he's actually going to be taking on Felcher for his TNT title. The Dick Riders tried recruiting Chris Statlander, only for her to then take out Wheeler Useless with a clothesline. So he got beat up by a girl. And then Darby comes out with a flame gun like he has so many times now. And as he's walking Marina Schaefer and Dick the Boozer, as Corny likes to call him, John Moxley, he's walking towards him with the gun. Moxley fell right over the fucking steps. And you could tell Marina was trying to catch him. It was solid. It was great. Loved it. Tonight is Dynamite 6. It's the 6th year of Dynamite. And it's mainly all tag matches, minus that TNT title match. I mean, like, 6-man, 8-man, 6-man. One's a tag team. One singles match is for that title.
Yay.
Exactly. TNA this past Thursday. Team 3D and the Hardys faced off in the ring. They had a face-to-face promo. Jeff gave a pretty cool nod, I think, to Edge and Christian. He goes, and let me tell you, man, I've lived on the edge, and I am now a born-again Christian. I go, well, all right, we got everybody in the TLC match. Okay.
There you go.
Off-air, Joe Hendry was waving goodbye and thanking the crowd. It looks like his departure is solidly done with TNA, and he is now NXT full-time.
Sweet.
Love it. What was her name before? Dana Brooke. She is Ash by Elegance in TNA. At Victory Road on Friday night, she just vacated her title and said that she has to quit wrestling. And they had a match between Kalani Jordan and Yingling. Anyway, Kalani Jordan is your new champion. Not sure why Dana Brooke is out, but that was
I don't. All I saw was speculation, so we're not going to go over that because we really don't fucking know. She's been misutilized ever since WWE. Then she had that plastic surgery done, and it almost didn't look like her anymore.
It doesn't look like her. When they were like, Ash by Elegance is vacating the championship, which, by the way, Ash by Elegance, ABE. So we missed out on a long time being able to call her Abe, and we didn't even
Abe.
She didn't look like her at all. That's why I was like, who is this lady? On SmackDown on Friday, it was Mello and Miz in a number one contenders match against Street Profits. And after they did a splash on the Miz, Mello just watched Miz get pinned and didn't help him out. And Street Profits, even though they're bickering with each other, are the number one contenders for the SmackDown tag titles. Cody ended up having a face-to-face with Paul Heyman and then ended up having a moment with the Bronze. And Orton ended up making the save. And, of course, glances at the title. I'm like, anybody, I don't give a fuck. I'll take Orton as the champion right now. I just don't want Cody as the champion anymore. He does the John Cena thing, too. You know who the future of the WWE is, Seth? These people.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
It's, the squeaky clean baby face shtick gets old. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's just, no, stop being such a bitch.
Yeah. I did like, though, when he was talking to Heyman, and he's saying, that, there's no other beast like Brock Lesnar. He's like, so what are you saying about Braun Breaker over there? But then he goes, I don't even know who I'm talking to right now. Am I talking to the Oracle? Am I talking to the Wise Man? Am I talking to the Advocate? Heyman, you're talking to the GOAT. Oh.
Shit.
Drew McIntyre was in the ring, bitching. And then Jacob Fatu comes out, and this is the best thing I've seen out of him in a long time. Gets in Drew's face, tells him to shut up, yada I mean. Drew headbutts him, and it barely phases Fatu. He just kind of goes to the corner like, this motherfucker. And then he takes out Drew McIntyre. Oh, okay. All right, I could take this. I could take this as a program.
Yeah, I just, they could have done it a little bit different. I mean, they don't got to make Drew look like such a pile of shit right away.
You know
what I mean?
That's pretty much all he's done the last couple of years. But he's
fair
building
enough.
people up. He's doing all right, I think.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, his U.S. challenge was answered by NXT's Javon Evans, who came up short, and Sami Zayn won. It's great because Javon Evans not only did that, but then at Victory Road, after the X Division Championship match happened, a video popped up, and it was Javon Evans challenging whoever the champion is. And it's like, wow, he was on 2 shows in one night. And then he had No Mercy on Saturday. He's being pretty pushed. But the botch of the year goes to not Nia Jax. I need to say that right now. There was no way that finish had Nia kicking out. That referee tried to fuck on Nia, as Cody or as
You
Ted
want to
DiBiase
fuck on
said.
me?
That ref tried to fuck on me. Yeah, so it was horrible. We've all seen it 100 times. And that kick is what gave Jade Cargill the busted open face, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty fucking gross, dude. Pretty fucking gross.
Like, see your brain through some of that shit, dude.
Yeesh. Listen, I agree with you. The ref fucked up. There is no doubt about it. No doubt about it. What I didn't like was Nia blatantly just turning to the side, looking at her like, why didn't you count 3? Well, let me kick out. Ugh. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
That was bad. Wait, you didn't count to 3. I'll lift my shoulder 4 seconds later. Nobody's going to notice this.
Fucking awful. All around.
I'll give you that. That was pretty bad. I will give you. No Mercy on Saturday night was a really good show. Not going to lie. I think you should actually maybe even go out of your way to check it out. It's on Peacock. So you already have that. Javon Evans in a banger of an opener. Very hot. Had the crowd going. He defeated Josh Briggs. He does a great cutter off the top rope. Like Cody should stop doing it because this guy does it so well.
Cody should just stop doing it anyway, but that's a different story altogether.
Watched my first speed title match. Interesting. It was Sol Ruka, and she defended and retained against Jada Parker. This was a sloppy match.
Yeah.
But if you haven't watched a speed title match, here's how it goes. First 5 minutes, the lights are green around the ring and the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
When you get down to 2 minutes, the first 2 minutes, yes. When you get down to the 2-minute mark, everything turns orange. And then in the last 60 seconds, it's a fucking Fiend match. Where mainly everything is red. And these girls thought, let's go to the outside of the ring and do a bunch of shit. Even though the ring is kind of white lit. Let's do everything in the red outside so no one can see dick. And Lash Legend got involved and helped Sol Ruka retain. Later in the night, Lash Legend came out talking shit, and her and Jada Parker are going to have a match. What would be technically last night. In a weaponized steel cage match, Jordan Grace defeated Blake Monroe, former Mariah May. I liked this match. Didn't love it. I liked it. Every weapon was pink. Kendo stick, full pink. Chair, pink. The only thing that couldn't be pink was the table, because we had to keep that Slim Jim logo solidly on as it should be. Mm-hmm. So there was a moment where they had to have it weaponized, right? So they had the table laying up against, like standing up and laying up against the cage on what would be the hard cam side. So the front row had to start chanting, "Move the table, move the table." And then you hear a cheer, but you didn't see it because they was focused on the women. And then you hear, "Thank you, ref. Thank you, ref." And the table was knocked down. I thought it was hysterical. I liked that part. I've seen people taped to the ropes. I've seen people handcuffed to the ropes. I've seen people try to use chains and belts. First time I've seen someone take a blow dryer and use the cord to put their person up against the ropes and tie them there with their hands. That was a new one.
Oh, yeah. This is obviously all based on Blake Monroe's character.
Oh, 100%. Because then Blake Monroe grabs a pair of scissors and proceeds to cut Jordan Grace's quote-unquote hair. It is definitely the extensions that were all cut.
Well, maybe not. The only reason I say that is, and she could just be doing it as part of kayfabe, is I've seen Jordan Grace since then posting about, she posted like 4 old pictures of her and said, which haircut should I go back to? So I think, she is going to alter her hair. Whether it was the extensions or not, she's definitely going to switch it up. So
then you have the bag. What is it? Thumbtacks, nails, gummies, a bag of diamonds. Which obviously all, fake, cute or whatever, but it's funny because they go to do the move and they missed it, like most of the pile anyway. Like, you'd be lucky if they hit 2 of them at all. But I got to be honest with you, I want to start the match over and play a drinking game with it. Every time they say that Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut, that's her name, the Juggernaut, right? I mean, that's like saying the Viper over and over and over during a Randy Orton match.
right.
This was absurd, the amount I heard. Oh, the Juggernaut! Booker T, I can't listen to him. He actually said to Dark State, you guys better handle your business. And I thought he said, handle your bitches. That's how I can't listen to him anymore. Anyway, then Ava comes out, or they did a video package, came out. Great thing about Ava, which is The Rock's daughter, only her bottom jaw moves. The teeth stay still up here, and she has talked like a wooden doll. You know what I'm saying? Like just the howdy doody doll.
Like a marionette.
Only the jaw. Yeah. And she announces that her and Santina Marella have come to a decision after everything from this past Tuesday. And on October 7th, I think it was, it's going to be TNA and NXT Invasion. They're going to have 2 5 versus 5 Survivor Series styles matches. 1 for the men, 1 for the women. Teams were to be picked that coming Tuesday, which is obviously last night. I'm actually excited to see who is actually being picked. But also, it's going to be tag titles for tag titles. Dark State versus the Hardys. Now, right now, Hardys are set to defend the tag titles against Team 3D at Bound for Glory. They don't need the titles. Maybe it could be just, they get the titles taken off from here and Dark State wins. I hope not. And it's going to be a rematch from this past Tuesday's Trick Williams and Oba Femi match. But this time, everybody's barred from ringside. So, everybody's going to be showing up to ringside.
Probably.
It's another invasion, man. Which is funny. I think I read online some country is really pissed off right now that that NXT is using invasion as the word.
Tough break.
I guess. Ethan Page is a fucking fantastic heel. The crowd loves to boo him, and I don't mean like cheering. They just boo the shit out of him. Like, they really hate him. He does great work, and he retained his North American Championship against Tavian Heights.
Lance
I
Storm.
actually think Page... What's that?
Lance Storm.
Yes, but I think he needs to get onto the main roster. He'll get heavy, heavy boos.
He'll be like JD McDonough.
Yeah, I could see that. Miles Bourne did an interview. And then...
How could he hear the questions?
What are your plans moving forward? I did have a good vacation.
What?
Thank you very much. But then there was an X video that popped up. It was Santana. And he said, just want to let you all know, we are coming back this Tuesday, and I'm not coming alone. And you've been warned. Oh, God. I really hope he wins
The best!
champion.
The best! The best!
No. That's Ortiz.
I know.
That's the guy that likes to sit at home and just collect a paycheck.
No, maybe that's who he comes with.
Highly doubt it. He
me
was talking
too.
to other
I
TNA
know.
wrestlers because of the invasion, dickhead.
Relax. Calm your tits.
Right. So I am assuming, again, this is just guessing, I think the invasion team, just for TNA, I don't care who the NXT team is. TNA, I think it's going to be Mike Santana, Moose, Frankie Kazarian, Mustafa Ali, and don't tell me you put him on the show just for a one-off or no reason, I would say Matt Cardona.
Ooh, that would be good. That'd be good. They'll probably
There's
put
no
Eric
reason
Young
he
in
brought him there
instead.
just to have him stay one night.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. And then Moose did a video also as well. JC Jane retained her NXT championship against Lola Vice with help from a masked person. And then all of a sudden, after she turned over after the pin, it went black. And I go, weird. I can still hear things. And I go,
Oh, dip, your titty popped out.
Did a little 10-second skip back. Oh, yeah. JC Jane's nip was out. Not fully.
It's a fully, man.
It wasn't a fully. It was the areola.
You can hardly see them nipples.
And I was really looking. And then, it's got to be an upset. I didn't think it would actually happen, to be honest with you. Ricky Saints defeats Obafemi for the NXT Championship. Great. It was a good match. I thought that I think even the crowd didn't think the pin was going to be a 3. They popped. They were happy about it, but I think they didn't think the ending of the match is what it was.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that means Obafemi's going up to the main roster soon. The problem is it going to be a clean transition, or is it going to be the Karrion Kross treatment?
I don't know. Well, since Triple H can run both, it's not going to turn into that Karrion Kross or the Bearcat or Wildcat.
Right.
But
Let's hope so.
I've been seeing a lot of people say, have him come up and be the challenger for Sami Zayn and take the title from him right away.
I love it. I love it.
Perfect. Keep him right there on SmackDown and get him going. The loudest chop I think I've heard in quite some time. Oba was on the ground. But not on the ground, I'm sorry. He was on the outside, on the floor, but standing, and Ricky Saints was on the ring apron and went to go running at him to kick him in the chest. But instead, he was met with a chop right to the chest, and it was the loudest chop. I mean, I haven't heard one like this in, I can't even tell you how long.
Wow.
Like, it was rough.
All right.
But it was crazy while I was watching it. This is in Fort Lauderdale, and there was I don't know, maybe 100 people that you could see at ringside, and then above was another balcony. This place couldn't have had any more than 1,500 to 2,000 people in it. And it's crazy to think. And it's just because they don't have the star power they used to. But at least they know where to let off the gas, kind of like AEW doesn't. But it's crazy to think in 2019 or 2017, 18, they were selling out Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And now we're in a 2,000-seated arena. It's just wild to me with where NXT has gone to. But it was that time was it would never become again in NXT.
It's a golden age.
Yeah, it was you had all the star power right there in that.
Right, because at that point you really didn't have a lot of new recruits. You had a lot of indie stars that were established and knew what they were doing. Now it's the minor leagues.
That's actually very well said. You're 100% right on that. Because everybody was well known before coming in. I mean, Ricky Saints, fine. Ethan Page, people knew, but not a whole lot of people. It's all pretty homegrown in NXT.
Yep.
And then on Monday Night Raw, you know what? It's something I haven't seen in so long, and it just made me happy. Normally, every week, it's the stars are out tonight, and you see the guys walking backstage, and the camera gets them walking in. They showed the video package to open Raw of how Raw ended with The Mist and Asuka and everything last week. And then, after that video package is over, they just cut into the arena. Not one word from Joe Tessitore or Wade Barrett. And you just get, "This is my brutality." And it was an immediate pop from the crowd. I'm like, why don't we do this more often? I'm sick and tired of that backstage shit. That was great. It was almost, I'm not saying like a Stone Cold pop, but it's like when we watch Raw and they just open it and then, bam, they're right at it and the crowd goes nuts.
Fuck yeah.
Rhea called out Kabuki Warriors. Rhea is the best fucking women's wrestler, I would have to say, easily, right now in the entire world. Maybe not
Definitely.
like the wrestler, but the most over.
I think wrestler too.
Yeah.
Cornette says it, and you may this might be considered, a shitty take, or, I don't know. She wrestles like a man.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
That's not bad.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he wrestles. if she wrestled, like, let's say you put a mask on and you put on a shirt where you couldn't see she had chesticles, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you saw her wrestle another dude, you wouldn't think that's a woman wrestling a dude. I don't know how many other female wrestlers are out there that fit that bill.
None. Well, Riho, according to Omega.
Yeah.
Rhea's out there calling out Kabuki Warriors. Can we admit that Io Sky should just stay off the mic completely?
I don't mind. I just keep waiting for them to make out. It hasn't happened yet. I was hoping it was going to happen last night, or 2 nights ago.
I'm so sorry. I just can't deal with it. But anyway, Asuka and Kairi had a video playing of them. I got to say, Asuka's paint. Whatever the fuck kind of bug or long-legged thing that thing was cool. Very cool paint on her face last night. Only for them to show up and start beating down Rhea, and then Io has to finally make the save on her, from her family. Knew it was going to happen because I watched Asuka put her hand right into her coat, and I go, she's about to get misted. And Io got that for her troubles for helping out Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea ends up getting her ass kicked as well. But what I did like is Asuka kicked Rhea across the head. Let me rephrase that. She kicked Rhea over Rhea's head. And Rhea didn't move. Rhea didn't move an inch.
Good.
Because why sell something that didn't hit?
Uh-huh.
I listened to Cornette talking about the Big Bill and Eddie Kingston match. And he's like, how do you have someone come back and they got their ass kicked the whole fucking match? He's been gone. You should have had Eddie come in hot, beat him in 5 minutes. And then they completely whiff that entire thing right there. And then the other part is Brian Last goes, Jim, I really do believe you could set someone completely on fire in AEW and still keep your job.
You could set somebody on fire and the person getting set on fire would win the match.
Yeah, that's sadly right. Dirty Dom retained the Intercontinental Championship against Rusev. He did say game over again this week. So maybe it's what he wants to do.
Just stick, yeah.
Just don't come out where arcade games are next to you again.
I know, seriously.
And don't do the blonde hair.
Yeah, you've got it in here, so I won't step on your dick on this one.
Okay, so this was great. He wanted to try and retain or just get away with his championships. He grabs the AAA and the Intercontinental Championship and keeps the Intercontinental in his hand, and the ref goes to get rid of the AAA to hand it back over to someone at ringside. He hits Rusev in the back, who didn't flinch. The ref turns around, and then Dom threw the title at him and fell on the ground, Eddie Guerrero style. Crowd lost it. They laughed. Everyone. I thought it was great. And the ref's like, I fucking saw you, man. He's like, I'm looking right at you. And Rusev was just holding the championship. Just staring.
Yeah. Rusev's like, are you serious with this?
And then as soon as they went to the corner, I go, dick kick. It's the backwards dick kick you see all the time. And rolled him up and got a huge pop for defeating Rusev. I complain about shit like this. We always talk about, Riho versus Nyla Rose and what a travesty that was. This works, right? Because there's no way Rusev should lose this match. But he tries to cheat once, he gets blatantly caught, and then he cheats again. And listen, kicking somebody in the dick and rolling them up for a quick 3, that's a legit possibility, right? And heel, too. Very heel.
Yeah, I mean, so that I like. Dominic's another one. He's just... I'm repeating what you said, but we were always worried when he first started, and he sucked as a babyface. Since he's been a heel, he's been off the charts.
But he's over as a babyface. He's
I know.
As a babyface. That's how good he is. It's great. I keep telling my wife, and when she's like, "So what do you want to do with your hair?" I'm like, "I'm cutting it like Dirty Dom.
Mullet.
I'm having a fucking mullet."
Yeah,
and the mustache. Bayley comes in. By the way, I found it online. I ended up finding it on YouTube last week when Bayley talks to Lyra, and she goes, what? Huh? But this week she comes in wearing Lyra's shirt, the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion. And Lyra's like, what the fuck, man? I know. You know what? I can't do this. You're on your own. And Bayley is all flustered to the point where she goes out and loses to Raquel. Like, I have this down here later, but does every goddamn match need to have 2 to 3 segments? each? Like, how many commercial breaks? And I mean, we could have so much more done on this show if there was a squash every now and then.
It's bad. I was with Wheezy. I missed part of it, but I watched part of it, and I walk in, he's like, this show sucks so far. I'm like, yeah, happens.
Yeah.
And I don't think most of the rest of it wasn't much better.
It was okay. Some parts were good, some parts were bad. What I did like is that Raquel ends up beating Bayley. Raquel is doing great as a heel. She's leaned into the giant factor as a character.
Right.
And it
Taking
works.
Nash's advice.
Exactly. And after they get the win on Bayley, they start beating her, and Lyra comes out, makes the save. And when Bayley sees Lyra getting her ass kicked, that makes her snap, and she beats the fuck out of Judgment Day in like 30 seconds. And then just angrily happy grabs Lyra and's like, hey, you idiot, you did a great job. Let's go. I was like, I am loving every bit of what Bayley is doing. It's perfect. Don't stop. It's been like, whoever's in charge of this, don't end it early. Don't fuck it up.
I hope it pays off. Bayley's another one of those wrestlers that's just really good at what she does. And
look what Vince Russo said like a couple months ago. Bayley's done. She's got. She's over. She has nothing left that people care for.
Don't ever listen to Russo. That should be bro. Let me tell you something.
Well over an hour, maybe even more into the show, and Io is still covered in green and can't see. They're like, here, let's get you some more water on the face. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Get in
Go take a shower, you dumb bitch.
And then Kairi Sane comes up and tries talking to her. Leave me alone! And as she leaves, she gives her a picture, and it's all three of them, no makeup on, like no paint or anything, and them all just happy together. And then actually Rhea and Io talk backstage, and she's like, I'm ready for him. And I called it. It is going to be the tag match in Perth. It was pretty obvious. I'm not putting it into my call. I should, definitely, but it was pretty fucking obvious.
I thought that's when they were going to kiss. I thought it was going to finally happen, but
maybe they do it when they're both covered in green.
Ooh.
It doesn't count if you're in paint. I don't know.
I got nothing.
LA Knight got a match set up with Kofi when he was talking to Adam Pearce. It was great. Just the back and forth, the comedy shit. I liked. Did you see the gloves that Kofi Kingston was wearing? They were really like these weird gloves that basically just stopped like halfway through your hand. They are dressing hysterical, the New Day. And ends up having a match with LA Knight. But something that Xavier said is, Pierce, you got to do something about that Penta. He took out Grayson Waller, and he's hurt right now, and you're not going to ban that Mexican Destroyer. I wonder if he really did get hurt off that top rope one last week.
Maybe he's got time off. Maybe he was already hurt. I don't know.
Could be. And then Becky is backstage, and she is seeing Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa. And she goes, yeah, everybody calls me the best. Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report. And Maxine goes, everybody but AJ Lee. And Akira goes, just starts laughing, and she punches him what looked to be the chest/throat.
Ooh, throat punch.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like she was supposed to hit him in the face, but went low, and it looked like it was kind of like a little Adam's apple shot.
Oof.
And then she jumps Maxine. They're going to have a match next Monday. And then the battle of the lisps. Cody and Seth got in the ring and started having a lisp off. And I thought you were my friend, and I was never your friend.
Listen, Seth.
It's the best program ever. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defeat the Americanos, which is Bravo and Rayo. I have it written wrong here, but it's Bravo and Rayo. That's Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, right?
It's definitely Tyler Bate.
Okay.
I could tell. One was definitely. The other one I thought was Pete Dunne, but it was hard to tell. The weird thing is Dunne, Butch Dunne, he's got, it's like a panther head on his thigh. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to peek to see if it was peeping through, but I didn't catch it. It might be Dunne. That's what I've read in the reports. But the short one's definitely Tyler Bate.
You can tell with the chest hair that it's Tyler Bate.
Yeah, right.
I did see a funny interview. It was Chris Van Vliet talking to someone. I don't know who he was. And he goes, Kaiser is just amazing to me. He goes, he's a German who is playing the character of a Spanish person who is an American, or however he did it, like that, or something like that. And he's like, and he's fucking fluent in Spanish. It's you gotta give your hat off.
It was
to Ludwig.
It was like my take of El Generico.
Yes, 100%. And then, did you happen to see the guy that was standing behind the commentators? I need you to watch this. Go back to Netflix. This dude standing there in an Owen Hart shirt, and he had two eyes, right? Like two regular. It was a regular face picture of Owen Hart, but then in the center, it looked like it was either a gunshot wound to the head or a third eye. Or it kind of looked like an Illuminati thing. I'm not sure if this guy is alluding to that Vince is in the Illuminati and killed Owen. Not sure. It was just really weird. You got to go back and look at this dude's shirt. Because I was like, what the fuck is on Owen's forehead?
Okay.
It was weird. And then Roman Reigns makes the save to help the Usos defeat the Vision. But what I found weird was he only was talking to Jay at the end. He's like, and they had to bleep Roman out. He's like, you're the shit. This is your fucking place here. And I was like, woo, Roman, did you forget where cameras are? But Jimmy just sat in the back. Was like, yeah, man. Like, just kind of off to the background after the match.
No, I think they're furthering the potential Jay turn because, it was, like we mentioned, it was Gunther telling Jay, what are you doing saving people? What are you doing saving people? What's it getting you? So Jay's starting to take that path. He wants his fucking spot back. And he's been talking to Jimmy about it backstage. They had the chance to save LA Knight last week. Jay's like, fuck that. Nah, I'm bouncing. And now at the end of the match, Roman's kind of backing Jay up. He's like, you're goddamn right. You're the man. This is your fucking spotlight. Instead of Jay just saying, you know what? I had my time in the sun. It's fun. Let's get the Usos back together. And Jimmy is, again, the odd man out. So that's what they're playing at.
Can't keep up with this family drama. I got enough of my own.
I know, right? Fuck. It's like wrestling.
So in a couple of weeks, or next weekend, you got Crown Jewel. From what I understand, I think it's like starting very early, like a 10 a.m. start for that show. But it's on ESPN, and my TV apparently doesn't even have ESPN Select or Plus or whatever, so whatever. Arr. Crown Jewel, we're going to have Cody versus Seth for that 16-foot championship, and then the women are going to fight. And that is Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Vaquer. The Kabuki Warriors are taking on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and it is official with John Cena and AJ Styles. And then also next week will be TNA Bound for Glory, and that'll be Trick Williams versus Mike Santana for the World Championship. The tag titles in a tables match when the Hardys take on Team 3D. The X Division Championship, Leon Slater versus Javon Evans. Again, he's everywhere. And the Knockouts Championship is on the line for Kalani Jordan, defending against Indy Hartwell, who I believe, isn't Indy in NXT?
She was. She ended up signing with TNA, though. She got released.
That's
now
right,
she's with
that's
TNA.
right. And then the very next day is the King of Pro Wrestling 2025. That's the IWGP Championship match. Zack Sabre against Konosuke. God, motherfucker, God damn it. Konosuke Takeshita.
Just gave up on that one. Like Goose hitting the eject button.
Telling you, man. Maverick killed him. He caught him making out. The Global Championship is on the line when Gabe Kidd defends against Yota Tsuji. And the TV title is on the line when El Phantasmo defends against Hiroshi Tanahashi, who is in his last 3 months of working for New Japan as well. Wouldn't be shocked they put the championship on him just because it's his last year. And the only thing that's set for Wrestle Dream, which is in a couple of weeks, which is on October 18th, the only thing signed right now is the I Quit match, Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley, which I didn't realize until I saw it brought up somewhere. Darby's never beat Mox.
Oh.
Yeah, so hopefully, never mind. He's not going to get Moxley to say I quit here. Well, actually, I don't see Darby saying I quit either. Probably just pass out from a suffocation from
It's
the plastic
probably
bag.
going to be a literal pass out thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost guarantee it. Or it's a double count out because they both can't answer the 10 count.
I will say that is something funny that did happen in the NXT Steel Cage match between the women. Blake Monroe went to pin Jordan Grace. Jordan put her foot on the rope. And I don't know, whatever it was, the ref went, stop, no. I'm like, it's a fucking no rules match.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't count. Oh, wrestling is silly. Now let's go to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
I got 3 things I got to bring up, and they're going to be
God
somewhat
damn.
quick.
Can I go pee
First
real quick?
one. First one. My man Billy Blade from the Micromania crew, the guy that runs the whole thing, had 2 drunk assholes jump in the ring before the show. And I know that it's before the show because I've been there and he plays all these midget songs like We're the Lollipop Kids or It's a Small World After All a bunch of just funny shit. And these 2 guys just got in the ring drunk and thought they could just start wrestling and being funny. He went in there and tried to get them out, and they wouldn't. Billy knocked them the fuck out, got them out of the ring, and as they were getting dragged out by security, Billy took one more fucking shot at the guy.
Woo! Talk
awesome.
to him. Talk to him.
The second thing, I sent this to you earlier today. If you haven't had the chance to watch it, look up Beavis and Butthead watching Mud Show Wrestling. They're watching indie wrestling, and it was so good. And my favorite part is when Butthead goes, you know the best part about this, Beavis? Everybody here is on parole.
Yeah. Yep.
And then the other day... What's that?
My favorite was when because the first match is there's a guy on the roof of a house.
Yeah.
So the other guy goes up and greets him, and it promptly throws him off. He's like, "Yeah, look, he threw him so good off the roof. It looks like he just jumped off himself."
And just happened to land
and those boxes happen to be right there.
Actually, the other part is when Butthead mocks. He's like, "This is for let's just say it was the Crown Jewel Championship, or however they said that. It was the trophy." The guy goes, "The Crown Jewel," and you, it was really good. I haven't watched Beavis and Butthead in years.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
My final thing, and I ended up sending you and Lil Jon a fucking meme about this because I had to find something that was just equally as funny. I was flipping through my channels, and Terminator was on. And I was like, ooh, it's been a minute. And no goddamn lie, it looked like Linda was taking quite the horsecock with the look on her face as soon as I turned on the channel. I go, this scene. And I found a meme I sent to you guys. It was Bart Simpson being like, yeah, I'm watching Terminator. And Marge looks over, and it's the exact same thing.
Hey, we're being hunted by a fucking cyborg. Let's have sex.
Let's stick it in real quick. Oh God! So it's just I don't know. It's a pained look on her face. What did you do this weekend?
Yeah, well, they didn't have time to get lube, so it is what it is. So Mrs. ODM and I went up to Canada again. We just went to Niagara Falls for our anniversary. It was a very nice trip. There was some fun moments, though. I texted you about one of them. But the first night, we went out to dinner, and we took an Uber from our hotel to one of the casinos. And, just chill, and we turn up the road, and traffic's a little backed up. There's people walking everywhere. We're going up this hill, and next thing you know, you hear these drums. And coming towards us, you see a car. It's a convertible, and it had the Palestinian flag painted on the hood. And then behind him was a guy with a megaphone and a Palestinian flag, and about 100 people following, and they just started chanting. It was fucking... And then you had the guys with the fucking wraps that covered everything minus their eyes. It was pretty fucked up.
Pretty intense.
I had my hand on the door handle. I'm about to bounce out this motherfucker. I'm like, Jackie, I hope you can keep up. But it was peaceful. It was well organized. They passed, it just held up traffic a little bit, but it was like, this is genocide. Like, he was getting deep with it. I was like, dude, the only thing that was missing from the picture was like a bunch of AK-47s.
You should have started like, well, this is my brutality.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I wanted to keep my life that night anyway. So we hung out, and then one of the things I like to do when I go to Canada is I like to hit up the chicken nugget shop. Mm-hmm. Prices are unmatched, and the quality of the nuggets is top tier. So I got some, and the next morning was the Bills game, Sunday. So we got up. We had breakfast in the hotel. I think we might have went to the casino that we were near a little bit. And then we were going to go to the casino that was further away because they got the nice sports bar there. So we put down a parlay before we go. It was like a 6-leg parlay, I think it was. So I pull up, the sports bet. They've got like the little screens where you can go through and pick everything. And I'm picking stuff, and we work together, and she sees Rashid Shaheed. She's like, why does that name sound familiar? I'm like, I don't know. I was like, you want to pick him for an anytime touchdown? She's like, no. I'm like, well, do it. I said, that's a dark horse pick. I said, that's going to boost the odds and get a better payoff, right? Fucking pick him. She's like, no, don't pick him. The name sounded weird. I thought I remember. I'm like, no, let's throw it in there.
It's a guy that keeps messaging us on Facebook.
So I did. I know, right? That's why it sounds familiar. So I picked a bunch of stuff. Long and short of it is we hit everything minus Rashid Shaheed.
Oh, that's funny.
So naturally, she blames me. But here's the thing. So, like I said, we had breakfast. We went back to the hotel room, did what we did. And I was like, all right, let's go have a smoke, and we'll get the Uber. Because where we are is the touristy area, so an Uber takes 1 minute. So I was like, let's finish the cigarette, then I'll request the Uber, and we'll go. But first thing I do is I break out my chicken nuggets I just bought and enjoyed those a little bit. We get in the Uber. I go. And I'm like, yeah. Watch the Bills, get some wings. All right. We walk into the casino, and they've got a security guard, right? So if you look like you're close to 19, they're going to stop you. Our old asses, they just let you walk right in.
Down through.
Yeah, exactly. No shit, right? So I'm walking in, and I look at the guy, and so I can say, hey, how you doing? And I look at him, and that's when it hit. And that's when the pan out happened, and I got tunnel vision. I had to drop to a knee.
What?
Like, I dropped to a knee, dude. That shit hit like a fucking wrecking ball. What? And even the guy working, he's like, whoa! And I immediately popped right back up. I had to hold on to Mrs. ODM as we navigated through the casino to the sports bar and until I sat down at our table. Then I had a beer and I felt fucking fine. But bro, it was like I was on acid.
Yo,
that's how hard that shit hit, dude.
You took
it was
Colin
fucking,
Kaepernick.
No shit. But because at first I just looked at him. It was, you get that sometimes with the chicken nuggets where something happens and your eyes just kind of like do this weird thing and you freak the fuck out for half a second, right? And that almost put me down. But then I stood up and I'm seeing all the lights going off. You can hear everything. People are walking everywhere. I'm like, I just grabbed her. I'm like, lead the way. The sports bar's over there. Let's go. Wow. Oh my God, dude. It was fucked up. But yeah, like I said, after that, after a couple of minutes, I was fucking fine. We actually had some Saints fans sitting in front of us, so that was fun to make fun of them.
I know. I texted. I said, are you talking shit? And you said, she wants to. I'm too high. And I said, I'd be both.
Yeah.
I'd be doing both. It's
funny
though
behind us.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Behind us, we had some Bills fans, so they were chiming in, and Jackie looks back. She's like, I like them.
Nice. I will say, the first year Mrs. Professor and I were together, I'm saying like first couple months, we were at OB's out in Medina at the time. I had a gig, and it was a yearly party that I played for Brother Marty's family, his cousins and stuff. And the bar would pack the fuck up. Mrs. Professor, Marty, and I go outside, have some chicken nuggets on break. And I go back to the thing. She's standing by the window, and I'm just bending down to grab my guitar or whatever, and I hear a thud. And I go, I turn around, I look over. Yeah, she's not there. She didn't take a knee, okay? She wasn't ready to take a fucking knee. And luckily there was a big guy behind her, and she kind of slid down back onto him. And then she went down to the ground, and everybody was like, oh my God, she's pregnant. She's got to be pregnant. And we're like, she's not fucking pregnant, man. I'm like, I don't want to be like, we just got high, but like, calm the fuck down. And thank God, because I had to get to the show. I'm like, I can't.
I had to play, but I got money to make.
Well, I don't mean like that, but I'm there working, right? Brother Marty took care of her, brought her outside. They hung out for a while, and she got her, like you, she got her shit back in like a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
right? But for her, she just wasn't ready. And she told me, she's like, I just saw it all closing in, and it was just too fucking late. So for her, she had no time to grab on or take a kneel. But oh my God, I've never done that, man. I've never passed the fuck out like that. I don't want to.
I didn't pass out, but I felt like I was about to. But it was the weirdest thing because I went down, and the way I did it, I mean, if you just glanced, you might have thought I was going to tie my shoes or something. Because, like, I went down. It's not like I fucking, like, stumbled and, like, put my foot on the ground or my hand on the ground to stop me, right? I was holding on to, like, you know, like one of the posts on, like, the rope thing. But, like, I went down. It was like I fucking caught a kickoff in the end zone and I kneeled it down. That's basically what I did.
Amen. All right, sir. You have a good day.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Oh, good
anyway,
shit.
Good trip. More shit happened. I mean, I really don't. We did the Maid of the Mist shit. That was cool. Just a fun trip. Got a lot of swag. You know, just had a good time.
I'm not allowed there.
Until,
you know.
Yeah.
The Usos
I'll
and
tell
I.
you stories. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you know what? I'm glad you had a good time in Canada. Now we get to go to the wars. And stay tuned. Get it?
Monday Night Wars!
And welcome back, everybody. Earlier tonight, before a returning Mr. Ass was stunned by Austin. Wait a minute.
Knock that stupid look off your face. Now, let me get this straight. You picked up Billy Gunn from the airport in Detroit. That's correct.
Yeah, I picked him up and took him to Joe Louis.
Okay, so you picked him up and you're coming back to the building, and when you get to the arena, a black car hauls ass by you.
I didn't know at the time what
a black car hauls ass by you.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
It was black. It was black.
Okay, now the driver of this black car had blonde hair.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
You had to know. Did you have your eyes open or closed?
Steve, I was driving. I looked straight ahead. I swear I did not see it. Please.
You didn't see the color of his hair?
I didn't see his color of his hair. I didn't even look. I was just looking straight ahead. I just wanted to get him there. I swear. Believe me.
You telling the truth?
I'm telling the truth. I wouldn't
promise?
lie to you. I promise. I promise. I'm telling the truth.
Damn, boy, you might want to try some decaf.
It was October 2nd, 2000. And who would have thought that for me, just 12 years later, I'd be getting married on this exact date.
Mazel tov.
Happy anniversary. Anyway, so hey, it's the Monday Night Wars. It was Raw. It was Nitro. One of the funniest things I've seen on Raw in a long time, actually, on this watch back. So I'm excited about this. Let's dive in.
All right. Well, on the other show, we got botches, and we'll get there. Raw is in Washington, D.C., and we get an opening.
There was a box that made a major botch on SmackDown this patch.
Which, oddly enough, it was a major box. So the show opens with
gun to head. Is it still boom?
Boom.
Fuck you. You're a liar. That's the funniest fucking thing. If you, Mrs. ODM just left you, you're sad, you're this, that, whatever, and it's been about a month, and you're out at a bar.
No.
In walks Nia Jax,
No.
and she says,
No.
You're a fucking liar.
Whatever. Whatever, dude.
You'd say whatever, dude, to her? Or
Yeah, whatever, dude. Her cock's probably bigger than mine.
Her dick was as big as her Adam's apple.
I'd fucking kiss Nyla Rose first.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Okay, gun to head. You have to go one or the other.
Gun.
Really? I would have said three-way.
Yeah, let
Nyla
one
can
fuck
take
the other.
over
Let
after-
one fuck the other and just sit there and watch. Wow, we haven't even
This has nothing to do
started
with
yet.
the wars
We haven't
and
even
Raw.
started yet, and it's gonna be a great transition because Raw opens up with "In the loving memory of Dennis Francis Patrick Dunn, who was the first executive producer for WWF." Well, at least we know how Bucky Beaver got the job.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. We're in Washington, D.C. Rock comes to the ring. He opens with a Marion Barry joke, cuts a promo on Kurt Angle, who he faced on SmackDown. Steph ended up saving Angle, and Angle got the win. He makes fun of Angle crying when he won gold, and he tells Angle to get out, and he can get his shot at the title tonight. Angle comes out, cuts a promo on how he's better than other Olympic medal winners. Foley comes to the ring, asks Rock to let Angle slide tonight because somebody else wants a piece of Kurt Angle, and it's Triple H who comes out with Stephanie. He reminds Kurt, Steph isn't your friend, he's not your pal, he's not your buddy, he's not your compadre. Instead of worrying about Kurt, I lost track of the title, and Foley, I want to beat it into Angle's skull. And Foley says the winner of Angle vs. Triple H will be the #1 contender. Then Benoit comes out. He wants a title shot. Then Kane comes out. Even JR at this point goes, "For the love of God, what now?"
half the roster's in the ring already.
Yeah, and guess what? Kane wants a shot at the title. And then Rikishi comes out, because why not? Rikishi calls out Kane, says, we have unfinished business. So Foley says tonight it's going to be Kane and Benoit versus Rikishi and The Rock. Kane, Benoit, and Angle bounce. Rock gets a promo on him. This was 25 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And next you get the Hardys with Lita versus Too Cool, with Mandy and Victoria for the tag titles. Edge and Christian come to the ring. Matt dodges a spear from Edge, hits Scotty instead. Swanton, Hardys retain. Triple H and Stephanie in the locker room. Triple H is deep in thought, has a bad feeling about tonight. Edge and Christian are with Foley. Not happy. Foley's not happy with Edge and Christian interfering. Foley says, I'm going to give you a shot at gold tonight. But it's for Blackman's hardcore title, because remember what I said about you losing and not being able to get another tag title shot? Well, Foley slips it in there. He says, remember what I said about you losing and not being able to get another tag title shot while the Hardys are champs? Kind of just added that last part a little bit late, like, oh, no, just while the Hardys are champ. Oh, okay. Next, you get Taz, Raven, and X-Pac versus Jericho and the Dudleys. Jericho gets the pin on Raven. Way to fucking play him in. We see Foley looking at Chyna's Playboy spread. Then randomly, Jacqueline and Lita brawl throughout the back of the arena. And you get Kane and Benoit versus Rikishi and Rock. Rikishi gets the pin on Kane after Benoit hits Kane with a chair. Foley comes to the ring, cuts a promo on Austin, and it's still going on about who hit him with the car. And he told Austin, no more stunners. You can't come out and just start stunning people. And Austin replied on SmackDown by interfering in 2 title matches. So he calls Austin out, and Austin says Foley ain't doing shit to find out who hit me with the car. And Foley says, well, I flew someone in who you may know who has some information, and it's Billy Gunn. Because he's an ass man. Gunn says, well, I didn't do it, but I got some info. When we drove in, I got a late flight. I know that makes me seem like a good contender for who hit you with the car, but I was legitimately late. And when I drove into the arena late, I saw the car drive by, and I saw the driver, and he or she had blonde hair. And you can ask Brooklyn Brawler, because he picked me up from the airport. He saw it too. Austin's like, well, I believe you, but I never liked you much anyway, and stuns him.
I know who did it.
I did it. Edge and Christian versus Blackman for the hardcore title. Blackman retains. Earlier in the day, we see Right to Censor. They're burning copies of the Playboy with Chyna in it in front of the crowds. Steve Austin finds Brooklyn Brawler. Brooklyn Brawler is clean shaven and just in street clothes, so it didn't even look like him. It took me half a second to figure out who it was. He vets Gunn's stories. He said, well, I saw the car, but I didn't see the driver. And Austin kind of just makes him flinch, and Brawler just sends himself flying backwards over the table. And Austin's like, damn, son, you need to switch to decaf.
Well, that was a gimme.
All right, Austin didn't even have to raise a hand. It's Eddie and Chyna versus Val Venus and Richards. Austin runs in, stunner to most of Right to Censor, then to Eddie. Beer. Foley comes to the ring. Foley says, now I'm going to have to fine or suspend you. And Austin stuns Foley. And we come back from break, and Foley is freaking out, and he's doing like the Cactus Jack Mankind shit, where he's just doing actor. Mm-hmm. So he's freaking out. We see Triple H with Steph, and Triple H says, listen, you got to stay in the back tonight. Triple H leaves. Benoit confronts Stephanie. She slaps him. Benoit laughs. He'll have the last laugh eventually. And our main event, it is Triple H versus Kurt Angle. Stephanie comes to the ring anyway. Dumb broad. Triple H elbow drops Angle through the announce table. We get a ref bump because wrestling. Benoit comes to the ring, grabs Steph by the hair, but Triple H stops him. Angle gets a chair. Stephanie's able to grab it on the backswing. Benoit pulls Stephanie off the apron to the floor. Triple H goes to stop him. Benoit hits a heat shot to Triple H. Angle slam. Angle wins. And then Triple H is like, you dumb bastard. I told you to stay in the back. And he bounces. Leaves Stephanie behind.
I did forget to mention this at the beginning. This is the first set of the Wars that I watched on the 75-inch TV. And Stephanie with the short and squatty version. Oh, something was a lot bigger than 75 inches, let me tell you that right now.
Jesus Christ. Big old 10-inch record.
We'll just. That's a great song from Aerosmith.
It is.
I whipped out my big 10-inch. Hit the commercial.
After these messages,
we'll be right back.
We went to a real Ding Dong Burgers to ask real Ding Dong Burger eaters what they think of the new Ding Dong King Kong Sing Song Burger.
It's great.
It's so big, it's fucking great.
How about you folks?
Yeah.
I can feed the whole family for under $20.
And with the price of beef going through the fucking roof, that's a deal.
Fellas? This cocksucker dragged me down here, I don't know.
Just eat the fucking thing.
Fuck you, asshole. Fuck, this little motherfucker's tasty.
Told you, fucking ass.
Ding Dong Burgers, a Globochem company.
Take it from me, I love you. Hashtag not a sponsor.
So I added an inch. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Fucking should switch to the metric system. Yeah.
It'd be a Dick Royale.
Jesus Christ.
La Big Mac.
Yeah. Little Mac. No,
Fuck you, I got that. All right, speaking of little dicks, you take over and start talking about Nitro.
Yeah. You ever have those nights where you feel like, hey, I'm just going to have 12 beers tonight and think I'll call it a day? Nitro's coming to you from the Cow Palace. Goldberg arrives on a motorcycle. Conan, Ray, and Tigress come to the ring with a ladder. Conan calls out Disco.
Hang on. You did the Conan, but you also did a little bit of the Page here, so it sounded like Conan here.
It did. My voice definitely gave out there for a second. Hey, thanks for calling it out.
Conan here. Oh.
Conan here.
Fuck, this show sucks.
It does. Conan and Ray Tigress come out to the ring with a ladder. Conan calls out Disco. He has the duck, and he says, "Hey, when I got this duck, it had a hole in it the size of a dime. Now look at it. That's enough."
That's enough.
And then he says, like "Olale, viva la raza." And so it's gonna be a duck ladder match. For fuck's sake, this is what I come back from vacation to? I fucking come back from vacation, have to watch both of these shows in a short time frame just so I can be ready for the podcast. And this is what I fucking come back to? A duck on a fucking string match.
Affleck? I don't know. There's a joke in there.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Shucky ducky quack.
And Disco comes out and... Well, I was surprised because now Disco has a new tag team partner. Alex Wright is back. He's halfway in between his old gimmick and his new gimmick. He dances, and he's got, like, the long trunks on, but he's still bald.
I'm actually blanking. What was the...
And they're called Boogie Knights. But Knights like a medieval knight. So it's a tag match, and Conan gets the duck. Hooray.
Wait a second. Hang on. I'm betting money on this. Oh, never mind. It was 1997.
Yeah.
I thought Boogie Nights was coming out at that time.
Gotcha. Cashing in.
What was
after
the goddamn name? I can't remember. The Russian cyborg kind of thing or whatever he was doing. What was his fucking name?
Oh, fuck yeah. What was it?
That's how memorable it is.
It was Berlin, wasn't it?
Berlin, that's what it was.
With a Y.
Yes. And now he's back to Disco Dick Nuts dancing with...
whatever.
All the dancing people together.
We see David Flair show up in, I think it was an old Chevy Bel Air. And he pulls somebody out of the back in handcuffs and a hood and says he's going to tell the whole world it's apparently the baby daddy. Mm-hmm. Hooray. Russo is with Jeremy Borash in the office. And he's giving a speech, but he's not looking at the camera. He's just reading it off the paper, and they're showing it on the Tron to the crowd. And he says he's going to relinquish the title, and there's going to be a title match between the two top contenders, Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. So, in the year 2000, the world title in WCW has gone from Bret Hart to vacant to Chris Benoit to vacant to Sid to vacant to Sid to vacant to Jeff Jarrett to DDP to David Arquette to Jeff Jarrett to Ric Flair to Jeff Jarrett to Kevin Nash to Ric Flair to Jeff Jarrett to Hollywood Hogan to Jeff Jarrett to Booker T to Nash to Booker T to Vince Russo to vacant. It is the 23rd title change of the year 2000, 277 days into the year. That's an average of a title change every 12 days.
Where's Vacant at when it comes to title reigns?
Vacant is now tied with Jeff Jarrett at 5 apiece.
Yes. God damn, I hope Vacant has the most in the end of the year. Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. Russo then says Goldberg proved what a coward he is, so Goldberg comes to the ring and says, Russo, you're right, I am below you, because every morning when I read the paper, I see you in the toilet. Sick burn. Which is hilarious, because even Cornette says, I took before Harley Quinn passed away, R.I.P. He says, I woke up this morning and I had to take Harley Quinn out for her morning Russo.
Isn't Harley Quinn a fucking, character?
That's what they named her after, yes. It's Joker's sidekick, yes.
Oh, okay.
Get it? Harley Quinn. Harlequin. It's a clown.
Oh, wow, no shit. That makes sense.
Yeah,
wow.
Great.
Wow. Nia Jax.
Russo says, I have plans. I'm going to come to the ring and tell you in person. Great. Because you know what that means? Since you were sitting in the back, we've now got to wait 30 seconds for you to make the trek to the fucking ring. So Goldberg's kind of just like, come on, Russo, we ain't got all night. You think so? You think you would have fucking thought about that when you were writing the format for the show, that we didn't have to wait 30 seconds for your ass to show up? Well, there's good reason. Because he comes out in a Pope-mobile, surrounded by security. Borash is driving. Goldberg takes out security. Russo brings up the streak and says it begins again tonight. Moving forward, if you lose a match, you're out. But if you hit your previous streak of 176 wins, then and only then will you get a title shot. Goldberg kicks the driver's side window of the truck and almost hits Borash. I'm surprised Borash got out alive. He powders.
He learned he didn't use his hand this time.
Yeah, well, no shit, right? At least he had, a boot covering his foot. And then Goldberg gets attacked by Meng.
Haven't seen Meng in probably what?
Months?
Half a year?
Yeah, half a year at least, I'd say. Yeah. And even then...
Last time was some hardcore shit, too.
Yeah, yes, and he showed up for a week or two, and then he was gone again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Russo is with Mike Sanders, and Russo says, I got to leave the building, so Sanders, you're in control. And then he tells Borash, keep an eye on Sanders. Then Chuck Zito joins commentary. Remember Chuck Zito? He was on in 97, 98 as a manager for the NWO and Hollywood Hogan for a week or two.
At best.
Yep.
It was probably during Sold Out.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, right around that time. So we get AWOL versus Reno for the hardcore title. No idea Reno won the hardcore title. I think he did that on Thunder. So here's the thing about AWOL. AWOL is formerly The Wall, right? But he joined the Filthy Animals, whose whole thing is the military gimmick, right?
He's not a wall, he's the wall.
No. It's even better than that. So, you got General Erection. What is it? Lieutenant Loco. Corporal Cajun, right? Major Guns, right? You got all the names. AWOL, absent without leave, right? Doesn't really make sense, but he was the Wall, now he's AWOL. Keep with the military theme. No. Because on the Chiron, it says A-Wall. AWOL. You fucking tosser. You had one job to do.
I will say, actually, graduated with this dumb dick from high school that did actually go AWOL. He was, shocked that he couldn't, leave base for so many months. Left base and got, arrested and shit. We're like, yeah, you dumb fuck. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, sounds like a smart dude.
Defending our country.
Yeah. Anyway, AWOL wins the title. Until new Natural Born Thrillers come to the top of the ramp, they reverse the decision because Vito interfered in a hardcore match. The Broad says Kat has announced Booker was actually the first person to leave the cage last week, so tonight it's going to be Booker T and Sting facing each other for the title instead of Jarrett and Steiner. Sure. Shane Douglas and Tori come to the ring, call out Conan. Says, we're going to face Conan and Tigress, but tonight...
Conan here.
I'll have to try to do it again. Douglas wants Mike Awesome tonight, and that's the match we get. And then we see Lex Luger watching from the crowd. Douglas wins unceremoniously. Tigers comes in, attacks Tori. Conan comes in, heals Powder. Jarrett and Steiner go to see Sanders. They want Sanders to talk to Cat and fix it. Nash walks in, says, bitch, be cool. Nash tells Sanders the same thing. Fix it. Tell that bitch to chill.
I love you, honey bunny.
I have to pee.
Tell that bitch be cool. You give her money, I'm going to shoot at this bitch.
Out of principle.
God, such a good scene.
The broads with Mang, and Mang cuts a promo. And he says, this is my last chance to stay with WCW. And Goldberg, you must die for me to live. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's also like their 8th match together that he's going to job to Goldberg. But yeah, do what
nailed
you're
it.
going to do.
Fucking nailed it. Natural Born Thrillers are waiting for Sanders. He comes out of Cat's office and, hey, man, I'm looking at the ratings. I just booked a match, and Goldberg has a match tonight, and he's SOL. Yeah, I doubt it. Because, like you mentioned, we get Goldberg versus Mang again, and Goldberg wins in about 10 seconds. That's not even a joke. I mean, that literally it was about that fast. And then Chronic come in and beat down Goldberg. Sure. Jarrett and Steiner go to see Nash and Natural Born Thrillers. Sanders says, I've booked Jeff Jarrett and Booker T versus Scott Steiner and Sting. And the team that wins will face each other tonight for the title. David Flair is in the locker room with his captive, offers him a water, dumps a bucket of water on him instead. Next you get the tag match. It's Jarrett and Booker versus Sting and Steiner. We get a ref bump, guitar shot to Sting. Jarrett gets the pin. And commentary says, oh, was Steiner pinning Booker at the same time? Well, he kind of fell on top of him, but Booker's shoulders were up, so it doesn't matter. So apparently now, for real, the title match is going to be Jarrett versus Booker.
You know what that means? You get to do the list again.
Somebody, yeah, I'm trying not to think about it. Primetime Elix Skipper comes to the ring, wants to kick Nash and Natural Born Thriller's ass, who end up coming out. He's going to face Sanders for the Cruiserweight title, but Sanders says Team Canada can't be at ringside. Skipper has to hit a powerbomb before getting a pin, and it's going to be Sanders and Nash versus Skipper. Nash just cuts promos during the match, and then he hits a powerbomb and Sanders gets the pin. He's the new Cruiserweight champ. So now the Natural Born Thrillers hold the tag titles, the Hardcore title, and the Cruiserweight title. Goldberg is back in his Harley-Davidson jacket with a towel about to head out of the arena. Terry Taylor stops him and says, well, Sanders just booked you in another match. Fine. Then we get Goldberg versus the Harris brothers in a 2-on-1. Goldberg wins in about 30 seconds.
If there was fantasy wrestling, you were just chalking up points on Goldberg tonight.
No shit. David Flair drives his cactor to the ring, runs the guy down. He's cupped to the ropes, and the guy is pantomiming like, hey, just uncuff me. We're cool. Just uncuff me. So David uncuffs him and naturally turns his back on him, takes the mask off. It's Buff. And Buff beats David down and just leaves the arena. That's the last we see of him. So, our main event is Jeff Jarrett versus Booker T and a San Francisco 49ers title match. What that means is that there is a box hanging from a pole in each corner. 3 boxes have weapons. 1 box has the title. And holy fuck, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, I thought this didn't happen until 2000s. I didn't realize it happened this early. Box botches.
2000s, but yes.
I'm sorry, 2001. I thought it happened in 2001. Yeah, box botches. So Jarrett gets to the first box. He opens it up, and it's a blow-up doll. And he just throws it to the ringside, because what are you going to do with it?
The doll looked really surprised.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it looks like... No, never mind. Booker gets the second box, and in perhaps an all-time best moment in the year 2000 for WCW, Booker opens up the box, and he's got this look on his face, and the camera work was good, because when Booker pulled it out, you couldn't see the picture. You saw the back of it. And Booker turned it around perfectly so you could see it on the camera. And the look on Booker T's face was fucking priceless. It's a framed picture of Scott Hall. And the crowd popped. It was outstanding.
I laughed.
I laughed my ass off. I rewinded it. He smashes it on Jarrett's head. Booker pile drives Jarrett on the announce desk, but the desk doesn't give at all. So I'm sure that felt pretty good. Booker gets to the third box. It's a loaded coal miner's glove. Jarrett ends up stealing it, and he uses it a bunch. Then Beetlejuice comes to the ring. Just punches Jarrett in the dick a bunch.
Dressed like Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yes, dressed like Superman again. And then, the moment we're all too familiar with, Booker gets the fourth and final box, which obviously has the title in it. And when he's trying to get it off the chain, the bottom of the box just breaks free and the title falls to the ground.
It sums up the match in 2000 WCW to a T. It's the funniest fucking ending I'd ever seen.
And then David Pinzer has to pick up the title and hand it to Booker. Here you go. I think you lost something, sir. Steiner comes in, attacks Booker with a lead pipe. Jarrett presses Beetlejuice into the ring, and Steiner locks on the recliner to go off the air. So, for the second time tonight, in the year 2000, the world title in WCW has gone from Bret Hart to vacant to Chris Benoit to vacant to Sid to vacant to Sid to vacant to Jeff Jarrett to DDP to David Arquette to Jeff Jarrett to Ric Flair to Jeff Jarrett to Kevin Nash to Ric Flair to Jeff Jarrett to Hollywood Hogan to Jeff Jarrett to Booker T to Kevin Nash to Booker T to Vince Russo to vacant to Booker T. Booker T's third reign. It is the 24th title change of the year 2000, 277 days into the year. It is an average title change every 11 and a half days.
Because it was 12 at the beginning of the show. Jesus.
It was a little higher. It was like 12 and a half before the fucking show started.
You better hope no one else gets this championship, or you're never going to be able to do that in one breath again.
I did. I'm not going to lie. This last one, I cheated. I took it.
I watched you. Yeah. I watched the breath. That's fine. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how many people you have to say that it's just that many. God damn. Oh, I can't understand. It's just why they went off the air. They just could not keep it together. They were keeping it fresh every week with a new champion.
Title changes twice a month.
People.
Twice a month.
Jesus. At the very end, I want you to get like an all-time stats of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Not like all-time, but like the average for the month, the week, all that kind of stuff. Just whatever. Like who held it the most. Just, dear God.
All right.
I don't think there's going to be very many people you're going to have to do that says who held it the least, because everybody held it.
Well, my favorite part is Benoit left after he won it, right? So it got vacated. Yeah. Then Sid won it. Then it got vacated. Then Sin won it. And then it got vacated.
Yeah. That's my favorite. That's usually my favorite part. Huh?
Sid to vacant to Sid to vacant.
Well, just stay tuned. You never know. Maybe another title change.
Bam, 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 bam.
Segues. You ever watch so much TV, your wife wants to leave you?
I mean, she's got a lot of other reasons, other aside from TV. Oh, that was a lead into the movie. My bad.
1992. Jason Ritter, Pam Dauber, and Jeffrey Jones, the fucking child rapist, and Eugene Levy. And it's Stay Tuned. And it's, man, it's an interesting movie because the concept is, and if you haven't seen it, fuck you and spoilers, yada, yada, yada. The concept is that Roy, who is Jason Ritter, his wife wants to, or not Jason Ritter.
I was going to say Jason Ritter.
John Ritter. Thank you. John Ritter. John Ritter's wife is ready to leave him. She's ready for divorce. She said, I'm going to go stay at my mother's for the weekend because all you do is just watch TV. And lo and behold, here comes Mr. Spike. The, well, what do you want to call it? The satellite dish salesman who offers 666 channels. Slight little reference, heads up there with 666. 666 channels of program, and how could you not get that on regular television? So Roy obviously signs right up, and as he has it all fully set up and ready to go, his wife comes home. She is fucking livid, and she starts getting mad and kind of throwing shit at the satellite dish, and it activates it, and all of a sudden sucks both Roy and Helen Nabel into the dish. And the concept is now they're a part of TV. And they have to last 24 hours without dying in any one of these shows. And if they do, they're released. They're able to go right back out to their regular home life. All right, so the first thing they do, they get sucked into northern overexposure. The names of the shows on this are hysterical. My Three Sons of Bitches is the name of a show.
Yeah. That's right. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
It's like dumb shit like that. And it's
right.
Dwayne's Underworld instead of Wayne's World. But when they get to the northern overexposure, they meet Eugene Levy, who was working for Spike. And he's trying to get himself out of there and gets eaten the fuck up by wolves, but doesn't die. But then they end up making their way into a cartoon land as mice living in a house where there's a protective cat. They go to have a fucking mixed tag wrestling match with like another man and a woman versus them. Helen makes the big... It's funny because he goes, I've watched wrestling all my life. Everything is fake. And he gets hit in the back. He goes, oh, it's not fake. It's so fucking hysterical. Then they end up getting separated at one point, and Roy goes to Dwayne's Underworld, where the extreme close-up has a hot poker that comes into your eye. And they're like zombie-type characters. But then he finally gets back up with Helen in a gangster movie, and it's like all black and white, and he is the PI detective trying to get back to his wife, obviously. My favorite fucking part is he goes, oh man, look at this. He has his gun. He twirls it around and puts it in his pocket or in his holster, and it falls on the ground and it goes off. And a lady goes, you hear on the secretary speaker, you hear, sir, you dropped your gun again. He goes, I know. It's just so fucking random and stupid. And then the very end is them in a Western. He's dealing with, she is tied up to like dynamite and a train's coming at her. You know, I had mentioned to you last week, I said, you got to watch this. And the daughter is the most annoying fucking shit in the movie. She's honestly, I've never wanted to punch a girl so hard in the face, like after watching this movie, and it'd be well deserved. And obviously, you know, again, spoilers. They make it out, but it's funny because the neighbor's dog is this Rottweiler, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like it's about to bite us at the end. And John Ritter goes, "Whoever left that gate open is grounded for a week." And the dog starts coming at him, and it gets taken in by the satellite, and he goes, "Check that. Whoever left that door open gets double ounce." It's a stupid movie, right? But I dig the concept. Getting into all these random TV shows, you're, someone who watches all the time. It'd be kind of funny if they redid this nowadays, going into like Breaking Bad, or an Ozark, or all of a sudden you're like doing surgery or something. You're the patient in surgery for a Grey's Anatomy or some random shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it was a stupid movie that had no right being good, but when you watch it, overall, you're like, it's not that bad a fucking movie. It's stupid and funny.
Better than Vice Versa?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I think Vice Versa is better than Stay Tuned.
Then I won't bother watching Stay Tuned.
But I will say the one good part is the remote. If you have the remote, you can change the channel and you can go to another station, right? The best one is he clicks a channel to get out of something, and all of a sudden he flips over this couch, and you hear, come a knock on our door.
Yeah,
and it's the ladies from Three's Company, man. Both Suzanne Summers and the
that
other
was the best moment right there.
And he starts screaming. He's like, ah! Then he ends up in a fucking Salt and Pepper rap music video. Again, it has no reason being decently good, but it kind of is. But at the same point, I will say that Vice Versa is a better storyline, or at least better concept. This one, I fucking love it. I think it was great. But it's where it's at. And, you can't really talk much about all of it anymore because the fucking devil is a fucking child rapist.
Toucher.
A toucher. A toucher. But,
toucher!
God damn, another great episode name we can't use. Toucher here.
I wouldn't call it not a good one. Funny.
But overall, and then you have the neighbors, the Sidon bombs. What I like about this, fucking Lou Albano's in this. Captain Lou Albano's in the wrestling part. But the neighbor, he finally gets away from his wife, and he's like, this is the best life I've ever fucking lived. He's like, this is great. He's in the gangster thing. He's like, everything's going great, and he ends up getting shot. But he's like, man, leaving my wife and getting into this TV thing, best thing that's ever happened to me. It's a
tough break.
Give it a shot, man. Don't just say, I ain't gonna watch
Leave
it.
my
Give
wife?
It a shot. Whatever.
No, you said give it a shot right after he's like, yeah, leaving my wife, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. And you're like, give it a shot. I'm like, leave my wife?
I meant the movie. And then I went and flipped you off like with the several fingers holding around it.
What, you fucking did it and vice versa, Fred Savage.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next week we are going to be back, and next week we're going to be talking about, wow, I can't even tell you, to be honest with you, because I don't even know. Let me see. What's the document say?
Ring of Honor 2002, first half.
Oh, I guess we're doing that. Yeah, I've been pimping that idea out for quite some time. It's all the way back to when I didn't have a voice. Boy,
Count my lucky stars. Days. Yeah.
I still like Wheezy. Professor right now is like, That shit made me laugh, and I wasn't allowed to make sound.
And you weren't supposed to laugh, yeah.
Out loud. All right, hey, none of this recorded today. Anyway, we'll see you next week. I'm the Professor. I bid you farewell. I had to lean into the accent, and it didn't work. And he's ODM. He's ODM. Thoughts here.
Thanks, Professor. Got me the strangest woman. Believe me, this trick's no cinch. But I really get her going when I whip out this big 10-inch record of a band plays the blues. Well, a band plays the blues. She just loved my big 10-inch record of favorite blues. No. Put in the song there.
Don't think we need to. I think you just covered it.
The Top of Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling Podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM The Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks.
Echo's already better.
Yeah, that's what happens when you bring a bunch of shit into the room, finally. Question for you. How well do you know the Dazed and Confused soundtrack and where it is? Let's say you hear a song, you know what scene it is.
Oh, yeah, pretty good. I think pretty good.
So I think I'm, like, fucking phenomenal at it. Mm-hmm. And I was debating, I'm like, either I want to test you or you test me.
Okay.
And I got the list here, and I wanted to test you.
What's that? You want to do that?
I have a list. I'm just right now, just for a quick one, just for, we'll call this the possible hidden track. So I'll just fumble around in this list randomly, and I want to see if you can guess where it is, okay?
Okay.
I think you and I are on the same page when it comes to this kind of shit.
Give me 1 second.
I'm like, well, don't look up the list.
No. Fucking idiot asshole I work. Okay, all right. The songs and their associated scenes.
Yep. Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? It's the hazing scene.
Nice.
I'm going to sing them all, too, a little bit first, just to...
That's fair. No, I understand that.
Yeah.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. That's after the baseball game where they paddle his ass.
Fucking A.
Mitchie,
good job, man.
Mitchie.
This is kind of a gimme, but Love Hurts.
Love Hurts. That's the dance where Hirschfelder's making out with the chick.
Hard. Like, very tonguing hard. And he's like, it's time to go. Hurricane. This is
Here comes the story of the hurricane. That's when they walk into the club. I forget the name of it, but it's
Emporium.
Matthew McConaughey, the Emporium, I think.
Tuesday's Gone.
Tuesday's gone with the wind. It's the end of the keg party where the one dude
God
from
damn, man, you're
Yellowstone
on. Yo, this is
gets
good.
up and then he falls back into the chair.
It's such a good one. And it's right after the fight, too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sweet Emotion.
Well, it's the opening, and it's...
God damn you, fuck.
Yeah,
that was, I thought I would get you on that one. Lowrider.
It's where they're all cruising around, and he turns down the radio because he wants to tell them about he wants to dance.
Yep, what it says on this list here is people are cruising around discussing plans for the night.
Yep.
Which is true, right? There's other things that are going on. Like, I think, like, it's when they pick up the chick. Never Been Any Reason.
I didn't think I know the song.
There's never been any reason. Yeah. Save my life, I'm going down for the last time.
Can I pull it up so I can listen to it real quick?
Sure, if you want to. I think that's kind of fair.
Yeah, because if I'm going to sing it, I got to know it. But if I don't know it, Never Been Any Reason?
Yep, by
who?
Head East.
Head East. Okay, yeah, I got it. Here. Let's take a look here. This one might get me. Yeah. Is it when Pickford picks them up at the Emporium or somewhere and they go to the grocery store and do the beer grab and go?
No, but kind of close on where you're at. They were at the Emporium, but it's when Wooderson is bragging about his car to Clint.
Oh, and he's talking about, yeah, you got the pizza wheels. I saw you got this in the back of the comic book right next to the Sea Monkeys. Yep.
I'll give you two more here. They're at random. I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong
time. That's when Mitchie's walking through the party and he's all fucked up and people are coming up to him. They show the stoner walking by and he stops and he looks over and he starts talking to the one random person.
I fucking love that. Walks by, stop. Get some from your mother. Okay,
Just bagged your mother. There's one you haven't given me yet that I'm surprised. I know what it is, but I'm surprised you haven't brought it up yet.
I'm just going at random. I'm surprised which one it is, but I don't know which one it could be. But let's just try one more here. We'll go with Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb. That's the one where they're also at the keg party and the fucking mean bitch is dancing and the one trips and falls over and they start laughing at her.
Good job. All right. So, what was the one that I didn't do?
Jim Dandy.
And that's the car chase scene, right?
Yep.
You're still pitching, right? Oh, yeah, man. I guess we'll see you later.
The mom comes out with the shotgun. I'm sorry, I was just escorting your young man home from school. Seems to be some hooligans around.
Every version I've ever watched, even like the most unrated version, she says, "Get the hell off my property." But if you watch her mouth, she says, "Get the fuck off my property." And I wonder if they lowered it to keep a certain rating. Yeah, and I was like, every time I look at it, I'm like, I thought it was the USA Network at first when I was a kid. And then when I got it on DVD, I was like, every other word is in here. What the fuck is going on right now? So I think they Good job, man. I've been waiting to talk to you about that for like weeks. I swear to God, it came up in my head, and I was like, I think this would be a fun little thing to do.
Fuck yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think you did probably better than I would have. I mean, because I threw some curveballs in there. There was another one. There were a couple of songs. I'm like,
Tush is in there, I think.
Tush, yes.
I think that's the beginning.
I didn't, do Fog Hat, Slow Ride at the
Slow
end.
Ride, yep, that's it. Yep, that was the other one I was going to say. Oh, there's also Free Ride.
I always think of that dude drumming in the back of the car.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Good shit. I told you how much I really hate Carl. That fucking... the blonde kid.
No, Mitch's friend?
Looks like one that basically looks like he was the kid that's in Seventh Heaven, or whatever that show was.
Oh, a little bit. James Vanderbeek?
No, that
something
was
like that.
Dawson's Creek. Now
yeah, sure, whatever.
Really
close
weird
enough.
Fucking, yeah. But I hate when he was when he's like, I was getting there. You guys hear it? He was getting there. And he keeps repeating the
him
things
and his
that other
buddy,
people are
him
saying.
and his other buddy keep doing that throughout the whole movie. That's all they do is repeat each other.
God damn, it's annoying. I hate it.
It is. Yeah, they suck.
Christ almighty, I can't remember where... God damn, I gotta stop doing drugs.
Aquí siempre separa los drogas. Goonies.
Oh, yeah. Never mix them.
Yeah.
That's Corey Feldman's best fucking scene in any movie ever. What I'm sending you right now, maybe this is part of hidden track or whatever.
Hidden trick.
Yeah. So it's my
Edge?
ticket to SmackDown. It was the New Year's Eve show in Rochester at the Blue Cross Arena, and that's Edge.
Yeah.
Signing this exact ticket.
Oh, no shit.
And let me tell you how this one came about. It was Hillary's very first ever wrestling event, and she was excited. First of all, $63, and I was in second row. I just want to say how times have changed.
I know, right?
Before we leave, we ended up going to the Dinosaur ahead of time because wrestlers love to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've seen Big E there, a bunch of guys, but we ended up going there. And before we even left the house, she goes, "Oh shit! Let me go grab a marker." I go, "For what?" And she goes, "In case." And she grabbed this mini marker, a mini permanent marker Bic type thing, whatever the fuck they're
You
called.
use them. They a lot of times they make them for golf bags, so you can mark your balls.
Okay. Yep. I'm here to mark
Which
balls.
I'm pretty sure that's what. Which I'm pretty sure it's what you wanted Edge to do.
So, Edge was her favorite wrestler. She only started in late 2009.
Oh, okay.
And this was the end of 2010. He was world champ at this time. She was real fucking excited that we were going to see him. He headlined SmackDown. So before she leaves, she has this marker. I go, the fuck are you doing with that? And she goes, oh, in case we get a signature. I go, we're not getting a fucking signature? I'm like, we're front row. We may high-five someone. I'm like, we're second row, but I'm like, we're going to high-five someone. We're not getting the signature. She goes, okay. Motherfucker, the people in front of us decided to leave after the show was over as Edge is walking around taking pictures and signing shit. We hop right over the front, or right over to the front seat. And we got a picture of him signing that exact fucking ticket right there. And she looked at me and I was like, I know. I got it. I know.
Fucking Rashid Raheem. I got the name wrong too.
It doesn't. It's a hidden track callback. I like that. That's good.